Hey YouTube, it's Aethros back again with Aeth's Updates, and today I wanted to do an episode, another Love Letters to Kabam episode. I know it's been a few days since I did the last one, but I want to do this one on episode 3 being how to really stop the arena bots. And I want to define arena bots for a second, because I don't necessarily mean the people that run their solo account and they run other software to help them do arenas when they're not online or when they're sleeping or whatever, right? That's not who I mean. What I mean is the people that you see where you'll see a name and it'll have 001, 002, 004, 006, 007. And there are people in there, in those, that run those accounts that are costing other people spots in arenas. They are costing people spots in other places. And, you know, we're going to talk about why they do that, the potential reasons for why they do it, and then how to stop it. So let's get started. First, the true reason for running these kind of bots. Again, not the kind of bots where you're a solo player and you're running a bot. Kabam can shut you down and, you know, or put the negative unit credits where you have to purchase units in order to get back and so forth. But Kabam can go ahead and ban all those bots. But what's the incentive for that player not to just create a bunch of new email addresses, sign up for Kabam accounts, and just do the same thing over again, right? So I think in order to stop this segment, we have to segment the population. We have to get to what the motivations are behind it. And the motivations are simple. They're twofold. First, units, and battle chips. They're huge in the game. I mean, the units allow you to do so much in this game. They allow you to buy revives, allow you to buy crystals for heroes, and so forth, right? But you're probably wondering, well, hey, didn't they fix this issue by removing the gifting badge? I mean, you know, I used to be able to send gifts from those bots really quickly to people and make a little side cash off of it, right? But they removed the gifting badge. So didn't that stop the issue? Well, clearly not, because while it slowed it down, there are still people that run some of these bots from time to time. And the people are getting smarter about how they do this, right? Secondly, so far every year, and we don't know if they're going to bring it back this year or not, but so far every year, they've had a December gifting event. So this could be somebody doing this for right now so that they could do it later on, and then they create a bunch of new email addresses and they don't get caught because they don't run it again, right? So if I create 10 bots and I run those accounts, right, and then I only do it once, and then a Kabam looks for me to do it again, track me, and I don't ever do it again, I run it with 10 different accounts or whatever, and I get smarter with the naming system or whatever, then I can just do the same thing at the December gifting event, right? Then the second thing with the units is the economy and alliance quests, right? So there's a gold issue, and I'm going to cover gold issues and ISO issues in a later event. I know there was another content creator that did something similar, but I've got a different take on it, and I'm be doing that in a separate issue. But the gold issue, right? It's a big issue because you need a lot of it to level heroes, but then the side portion that some people talk about, but think is a lesser known thing, I guess, is for gold donations. Because if you run map 5 or below in Alliance Quest, then you don't have high donations, right? But if you run map 6 or map 7, you have high donations, and the assumption is that a lot of the people who run map 6 and map 7 have high donation or have the gold to be able to donate. But I can tell you, running an alliance, that a lot of my members are hurting for gold. Right? I have a lot of gold, so I donate a chunk each week to help offset some of the costs for my alliance members. It's just something I do because I feel like it's valuable for our alliance to grow, right? So, what then? How does this affect players, right? So, you can run what's called shell alliances, and I'm sure you've heard potentially other people talk about this issue. But what is it, right? So, a shell alliance, you have bots, and they run arenas, and then they before they can get banned, they go into a dummy alliance or a shell alliance, and they dump all their units into donations for gold, for loyalty, whichever it is, and they dump the battle chips that they earn running those arenas into the battle chips, right? And so they use the units to donate, right? And then if they need to in the off season of war, which again, my opinion in my previous episode is that if you don't do war in off season, this could help with this, right? Is that they can switch to the shell alliances for AQ in the off season, right? So what about war, right? You say, well, if you're switching alliances, could take a while. Well, if you've got a really good alliance, I know when we first started our alliance, we powered our way up, and we won 30 or 40 straight wars, or whatever it was, and we got up into the gold level pretty quickly because we had a lot of good players. So if you're really good players, just go to the shell alliance, right? You could get both alliances up maybe relatively quickly. Maybe you're not trying to do those wars. Well, if you don't have those wars in the off season, and that can't happen with that other one, right? And then map 6 and map 7 crystals, right? So map 6, map 7 crystals give some massive rewards for tier 2 alpha, tier 5 basic that really help you rank and level those heroes. And the thing about it is that if you get those map 6 and map 7 crystals, that's what you need. Those are those end game resources you need to take your heroes to rank 5 as a 5-star, or rank 2, rank 3 as a 6-star. And if you're not having to spend your gold, I mean, right now for my alliance, the current weekly donation is 225,000 gold or so. I donate about 25,000 gold per person in my alliance, so that I can offset a little bit of that cost. It's not a lot, but it's something, right? If you're not having to donate that every week, in a month, you've got almost 1 million gold that you can use with those map 6 and map 7 crystals to help rank up those heroes, right? And so it's a big deal using those units to donate. Battle chips. It's kind of the dark horse in the room, right? The elephant in the room. So for some reason, and I don't understand why, Kabam ties arena resources to Alliance Quest, right? So I don't really understand this, because you can get gold and you can get loyalty from doing things that are helping the Alliance, right? And outside of the 3-day arena that Kabam puts in every once in a while in the events for alliances, there's not really any reason why battle chips, something you do individually on your own, need to be tied to something that is alliance based. So bots can donate that BC, the people running the account can donate that battle chips. They don't have to use the units to donate to, they can use those units to donate to gold or to loyalty, right? And I've covered loyalty before, and how you can improve that, and this ties into that. So what's the solution, right? There are two main possible solutions, and I believe that both by themselves work well, but I think when they work in conjunction, I think it'll really shut down the reason to use these bots, right? These types of bots, and it's one specific. I've got some ideas. I've got to flesh them out a little bit more with, the other type of bots and the other type of, the mercs in the community and so forth, but that's coming in a separate issue. All right, so solution 1. Stop requiring battle chips for Alliance Quest. Makes no sense, like we just talked about, right? Maps 1 through 5, you get battle chips back. Just eliminate that altogether. If you want to do arena, go grind arena. That battle chips can help you gain units. It can help you gain gold. If you get the gold from the battle chips, then you can use that, if you choose, for donations, or you can use to rank up heroes. But if you want to use it to help your alliance, you can. If you want to use it for your individual, you can. You grind those battle chips out. You get gold from it. You should be able to decide what you do with it. Right? It's counterproductive to both player and business side. Right? It makes no sense to tie those two together, right? Because if you're burning units to get gold, then all those gold donations all the gold bonus items they put in all the deals, you don't need the gold for that, right? You can donate units for it, right? If you're these people that run these bots and to help these alliances, then you don't need to buy those deals. Okay, so stop. Solution 2: eliminate using units for donations. I may get some pushback on this, I know, but eliminate the units. I know there are people that grind arenas, but again, stop tying the battle chips. Stop tying an individual event to an alliance event. I think there's just, there's not a lot of reason to do so. So doing so would eliminate the motivation for using bots, right? If bots can't donate, what's the purpose? I mean, unless you just hate the people that do arenas and you just want to try and gyp them out of some the 4-star featured hero, 4-star basic hero, then you have no motivation. There's no reason that you're not going to. The units that you get can't be gifted. They can't be donated. They can't. They're just sitting there, right? Same with the battle chips. And so, what's the purpose of doing it, right? The people who run those bots can't make a little bit of side money from their alliance mates for doing this thing, right? And again, if you ban the bots themselves, if you ban these accounts, if you're somebody who does this, you can just go on and make new accounts. Like, it doesn't stop you. It didn't stop the software from running, right? And finally at the end, if you ban a bot, move the players up in ranking and give them the rewards, right? Don't release the rewards until you ban the bots, right? So, wouldn't this hurt Kabam's bottom line for buying unit packages so summoners can donate? No, right? So using units to donate, right? Wouldn't you think, well, maybe I'm out of gold, so I'll go buy some units to donate for gold, right? And I say no, right? Because if you're somebody who grinds arenas for units, right? I mean, I know I do. If you grind arenas for units, then that means that the bots themselves, okay, will not be in there. And so not only will I be more likely to grind the arenas for even just a milestone so I can get some shards and I place better, okay, then I know that Kabam is a company that's looking out for my best interest, and I might buy units anyways, right? But I might also, if I'm grinding arenas, I might use units to refresh champions so that I can score better in the arena, because I know that there's not a chance that I'm going to be kicked out of a spot. I mean, take for example this Aegon arena. I mean, you probably might not see some bots in this, but what if there were a bunch of bots that took some spots from people, just hypothetically speaking, right? And they didn't get caught, and they didn't get banned, and people didn't get moved up, right? Am I gonna really do the second round of that and refresh a bunch of champions? Nope. I'm not spending units to do that, because I know I might get gypped again. But if I know that it's a level playing field and a fair playing field, I might be more likely to do that. So, final thoughts. If Kabam was really intent on tying battle chips or units to Alliance Quest to spend, why not just make energy purchasable for energy recharges? Right? I mean, how hard would this be? Kabam, you really want us to spend units, or even I would say battle chips, right? Then instead of donating, take this small energy icon for regular story and questing energy, right? And instead use units, or, and I really don't like this idea, but battle chips, if you're really intent on tying battle chips to it, to purchase a small energy, a 5 energy or a 1 energy something, right? Where you could move up. So if you're, something happened with somebody's phone and they have to get on the last hour, now they can maybe finish, right? Use units that way. I don't understand. You already have the icon in there. Just turn it from yellow to blue, put it in the Alliance Quest purchase store, and move on, right? And because it doesn't help a bot to purchase those energies, because they're not running those anyways. They're dumping their units, and then getting out of the alliance. So I just think that these are some options for Kabam to fix the problem that will be beneficial for both player and Kabam, financially, and for the community and for gameplay. So if you like what you saw, like what you heard, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit them all, and I will see you guys for episode 4 soon.